Alright, hello and welcome back everybody to the Dunes of Syria, where we are doing a 4v4, and this is going to be for our nation versus nation tournament, the Ottoman Empire, stacking up against the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So we'll see which one can do better in the desert sands. This is a home game for the Ottomans, so that's why we're playing on Syria. They get a little bit of a home field advantage in this one. Later on in the tournament, the Polish-Lithuanians will get their shot at a home field advantage. And I'm sure they're going to take a climate a little cooler than these dunes in Syria. It's looking pretty hot today, although those oases are looking pretty comfy if you jump in the water. Unfortunately for them, they can't. So here we go. It looks like we got a couple of Nazim Cadet rifles that are going to top the hill and maybe get a couple shots off. The Polish-Lithuanian rifles are taking a shot at them. Got a couple, 5 of them. And I guess the Nazim Cadet didn't have it in their heart to shoot back. I think they should have taken the shot back. You got some losses, but oh well, it is what it is. And yeah, so I hope you guys are doing good. This is going to be a great battle. As you can see, the Polish-Lithuanians massing up over here, take a crack at the left flank. So we'll see how that's going to go down. Alright, so on the Syria map, there is a lot of little bumps and grooves and jives in the landscape. So you got to be paying attention to that, or else you'll end up shooting the hill. As these Polish-Lithuanian forces look to make an advance on their left flank, the Ottoman right flank. But these Beyliks are not having it, standing here in these palm forests up here going cuckoo for coconut with these palm trees. I don't know if there's any coconuts in these trees, but maybe I'm just the only one a little coconut today. Alright, let's scour the hill here and see if anybody's going to take advantage of anything. It looks like the Ottomans have taken the hill, but they're promptly shooting the hill. That's not a good move. Hitting the dirt, if you will. Yeah, they could have had a shot on the Polish cav there, but they chose to shoot the rocks instead. Looks like the Nazim Cadet rifles are back up on the hill, but this time they're taking a shot rather than getting shot and running away. Over here on the left flank, it doesn't look like there's much else happening, but the Ottomans are at least securing some ground and using their ranged fire against the Polish-Lithuanians. Other than that, the center is pretty stable, pretty quiet. Not really a whole lot happening here. They're waiting to see what happens on either flank, and most of the action seems to be taking place on the Polish-Lithuanian left flank. As you can see here, a little bit of action on the center left of the Polish-Lithuanians, and most of it is taking place. These guard grenadiers are looking pretty sweet. Problem is, I'm not sure how many kills are getting in there because of that hill, but they're still looking pretty good. Alright, so it looks like they're going to make a rush, and they might try to get some grenade volleys off. It looks like that's probably the tactic here, but the Chiaro Janissaries are not having it. They're sweeping in to go into the melee with these beret-wearing crazy fools up here in the Syrian map against these Polish-Lithuanians. Their Chiaros are pushing through to get to that line. Here come the Grenadiers. Looks like they're going to try and throw a grenade volley, and they're going to run as the Beyliks are coming after them. The grenades hit the hill. Got some Chiaros up there. Got a little bit of a explosive situation. At least it didn't go as bad for them as they thought, as he does get his grenadiers back. The cav of the Polish-Lithuanians coming in to get some kills on these Chiaros that countercharged the Polish-Lithuanian forces, and the Beyliks and the Chiaros are going to move back with all this cav on them. They're going to kite back to their starting spot, or not starting spot, but where they were before. Does look like the Polish-Lithuanian militia is going to rout, and the Delhi Cav did assist those poor guys. Now Look at this. We got some bowmen. I just did that video on the bowmen. I will say the Armenian archers are pretty good bowmen, but once again, I just don't get it. Why they got to shoot so slow? I mean, you can see here, watch them. I mean, it takes a good, I mean, they can load up their arrows fast enough, but they just don't rip off. I mean, they should be shooting already. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know if they just need to give less ammo and then give them a different weapon. Make them a melee unit that's pretty good or something. I don't know, but just send them in there with a bow with only 60 men, and yeah, you think they'd have a lot better fire volume, if that makes sense. Anyways, back to the battle. As you can see here, the Polish-Lithuanians do not want to surrender this fight over here on the flank as they send in another cav charge. They get right after it. The Guard Grenadiers look like they might be setting up for another grenade throw. Let's see what they do. Got a line infantry coming as well. It looks like the Guard Grenadiers are going to go ahead and move forward a little bit further. This cav is causing a problem. One of the Ottoman units goes ahead and routes. So that's a Chiaro Janissary. And he bites the dust. They wiped him out pretty good. You see the Baliks holding in there. And over here, the Polish have really got a good push going here. Got a melee going pretty deep in, but the problem is the other player on the Polish-Lithuanian side is not pushing up with them. So this player on the flank is the only one really making any aggressive moves. If they worked in tandem, this push might be a little bit better, but you can see he's standing off. Like all the Polish-Lithuanian on the whole other three of them are all very standoffish. It's a very passive-aggressive army. As you can see, the Ottomans over here on the left flank have really taken some ground. They have pushed the Polish-Lithuanians all the way back. They're continuing to push up, taking ground, and they are securing a lot of nice shaded area in this hot sand, but they also got some guys coming all the way around on the edge of the flank, around the little water feature here. I don't know if there's any sprinklers in that like they usually do in the California water fountains, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. You guys are probably like, what the hell is he talking about? All right. So again, it's still pretty quiet through the whole center of the battlefield. And let's see here. Looks like the Polish-Lithuanians are getting repelled off of this attack. Cav is pulling back. Delhi Cav did come up and countercharge. So that helped the Ottomans kind of secure that spot. Otherwise, this whole flank of the Ottomans probably would have collapsed here. They have lost a lot of their riflemen versus the Polish-Lithuanians. And the Polish rifles are pretty strong in strength. And I think what they're doing is the rifles of the Ottomans are trying to whittle down the line infantry of the Polish-Lithuanians, as they do have a pretty strong force. As you can see over here, not a lot of getting kills over here on this side because of they're kind of behind the dip in the dune. The dip in the dune. I don't know if that's I just made a saying, the dippity dune. I'm going with it. You'll just have to follow. All right. All right, so the Ottomans are now starting to move up more of their units to the top of the dunes up here, but they're not really topping the hill. Starting to, I don't know, it just seems very quiet over here. Not any movements. I'm not really sure why they're not moving over here, but they're not. But we are getting some nice volleys in from the Nizam Cadet Infantry. And the Polish-Lithuanians, of course, returning fire. Over here, looks like the Ottomans have almost overtaken the Polish-Lithuanian stake line, as they're just in front of it. And the rifle fight over here seems to be going heavily in the Ottomans' favor. I can't even see where the rifles are for the Polish-Lithuanians. I don't know if they're all dead or what, but if that's the case, that will be why the Polish-Lithuanians are given so much ground on the right. Here's the rifles for the center and the other two in the center. But Could be that the rifles for the Polish on their right are gone. I'm not sure, but the Polish-Lithuanians on the left flank we saw earlier, they have definitely won the rifle fight over here. So we'll see how this progresses. It does look like they're going to continue to push the side as the Ottomans have weakened. They are pretty strong over here in the center. As you can see, he's got several units there. But the rest of it, yeah, they're still standing still in the center. And we got some more movement over here on the left flank. Got the cav coming in around. Looks like the Polish-Lithuanians are going to reinforce. They got a couple of guards coming in out of the palms from the back. I don't know. That just sounds weird. I'm so used to saying woodland that all these palm trees are throwing me off. And I know that palms aren't wood. They're like a fiber. At least that's what I'm going with. Alright. Starting to get a little bit more movement over here on the right center of the Polish-Lithuanian side from the Ottomans, as they're starting to make a little bit of an aggressive move. Nothing really happening. The Polish-Lithuanians finally moving up on the center right, which is a good thing for the Polish because they are making some pretty good headway over here on the left flank. The Delhi Cav holding the right flank of the Ottomans together, as they just lost another unit. You can see from the number standpoint that the Ottomans have definitely been whittled down. Okay, so still kind of quiet over here. We are getting some action now taking place on the flank, as the Ottomans are getting some shots in on the Polish flank, and the Polish are going to go ahead and pull back. They're not really getting... Oh, that's why. The grenade... Those darn hand mortars. One of the worst units I hate. Alright. So we got some Polish line infantry getting some volleys in. Or these are guards, I'm sorry. It's not going to do well for the Ottomans, so they're going to go ahead and get out of that situation, which is wise. When the Zim Cadet versus 2 guards equals a big problem. Other than that, the side looks pretty stable. We got some Ottoman units routing in the center, just one. All right, let's see what's happening on the Polish-Lithuanian left, Ottoman right. Got the Chiaros getting a nice shot in. Looks like on that guard unit, taking them down to 73. Not sure what they were before, but there's definitely some bodies on the sands of the Syrian desert. The Polish-Lithuanians are down to just 2 cav over here to help push. Let's see, I think the Delhis... Oh, here we go. There's 2 Delhis, but they're in holding up in that little oasis. All right, Poland-Lithuania is falling back on the center. I'm not sure why, because if they're pushing on that, that's isolating their flank. So that means that the Ottoman right can be supported because there's no pressure in the center. And over here in the left flank, the Polish-Lithuanians are getting a cav charge in on these Nazim Cadet infantry and got a nice charge in on them. I didn't realize, but there is an Ottoman stake. They got opposing stake lines facing off against one another. It's kind of funny. Don't usually see that. So, looks like the Polish cav ran into that stake line. Getting some hand mortars going off. So the Polish are pulling out of that. They don't like getting exploded on. Alright. Polish cav has been routed. And yeah, so things are not looking great for the Poland over here. They are very weak. And the Ottomans are starting to make a little bit more ground over here, but they have lost 2 units. But it looks like Poland-Lithuania has thinned out quite a bit on that right portion of the center army. Now we do have a little bit of movement here. I don't understand why they're going in with only a partial army. You got to top that that dune if you want to get some shots in. The Ottomans are shooting the dirt, so this would be prime opportunity to get in there and get some shots in. And you can see the Poland-Lithuania is massing up against the right of the Ottomans. The two Delhi Cav are really the only thing that are holding this thing together for them. As they go in to try and get a shot in. Got the Palestinians holding it down as long as they can with the Chiaros and the Beyliks on the far side. Looks like those Beyliks are about to break, though. Not looking good for them. The Beyliks have been licked. They're out of here. Looks like the Palestinians have joined them. So this flank is pretty much caved. All right, so we'll see if they can take advantage of it. Like I said, you can see here, there's nothing. Okay, so Poland did come back in, so they are starting to pressure the center, which is good for the Polish-Lithuanians, because if they didn't keep that pressure up, the center of the Ottomans would be able to reinforce. As you can see, this is some pretty sweet action in here. They're taking the top of the dunes now. But I don't know if they see that. Over there on the right, there's some Ottomans that are on the right of where these two riflemen are. So I guess they're not aware of that, but these rifles should get a shot in here. And they do. They get a nice little shot in. Taking that line down to 99. Yeah, this isn't going to go well. The other two Polish-Lithuanian forces are being pushed back further and further, as you can see. Got some bodies lying on the floor. This Ottoman over here is getting pushed back. They should be spreading out, holding that ground. They don't want to give ground either side because they are going to have their left flank exposed, just like the Polish over here are now way over on the right. And you can see all these units are way isolated from the rest of the army. So the Delhi Cav and the Light Dragoons are in a fight here to the death. And it looks like the chase is on. But as these Polish-Lithuanian forces keep pushing that flank, they're going to now face more and more reinforcements from the Ottomans. And that should help whittle them down. As you can see, one of the Ottoman forces here is already swept back, getting a charge in. And these fresh Nazim infantry are going to hit these Polish-Lithuanians guards, and now they're going to smash into the riflemen of them. And yeah, it's not going to bode well, as you can see them hitting the ground. But it does look like they did rout off that Delhi Cav. And now the Polish-Lithuanians are on the run. You can see the reinforcements coming in. The cavalry has arrived. The Delhi Cav from the center player now coming in to reinforce the Ottoman on the flank. And that might just be enough to repel all these remaining Polish-Lithuanian forces. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if they can corner them in and keep them from getting back to the rest of their army. You can see how isolated they are. So this flank that was looking like a sure win for Poland-Lithuania is now turning into a pretty devastating loss for them. So, because they had all the momentum going, but now the counter attack by the Ottomans is taking it to them. All right. They are still getting some pretty decent shots in here with the riflemen. You can see the Light Dragoons. I think they're trying to get the army back and around. All right, and the guards are holding their ground, which is probably wise. They just need to get the shots in that they can. As fast as firing as they are, they can at least get some kills on in and be a hero unit for the Poland-Lithuanians. Let the other guys maybe escape. Here come the Delhi Cav now, finally, and they're getting some shots in. And that's going to rout that unit. The Polish do get their cav out. And yeah, so now that flank has been pretty much won by the Ottomans. And you can see here in the center, the Polish-Lithuanians did go ahead and press an attack here. They did rout out some of these Ottoman units, but it looks like they took quite a bit of losses getting that done. But I do like the aggressiveness here. On this flank, it's pretty much a standstill. You can see the Polish-Lithuania has been pushed all the way back. They are way out of the fight, as the center player over here on the right is now making another aggressive push. You can see the Chiaros laying into him. And here come the guards. They're getting shot. They should have just stayed there and got some shots in. Why do you push up and just run away? You took the volleys. You might as well dish some punishment back. It is what it is. But you can see a big gap in the center. The Polish-Lithuanians have been completely obliterated in the center. I mean, that happened pretty quick. And here you go. Last of these guys over here, making a stand, and they are getting pretty much routed out. There is one grenadier holding the flank, and yeah, it's best that they get the heck out of Dodge. Get out of there before it's too late. So this flank is, yeah, it looks pretty secure in their hands now. There is still a fight to be had, but yeah, Armenian archers are looking to get some shots in. And the Guard Grenadiers are definitely getting theirs in on them. Arrows look like they're falling short. They were hitting just in front of the Guard Grenadier. I don't know if you could see him hit the ground. Didn't look like they got any kills. Maybe one? I don't know. Alright, they're looking like they're getting some kills now. Yeah, seeing some of them hit the ground. Definitely the Guard Grenadiers can rip off some serious firepower. But there is quite a few of these units of the Ottomans up here on this hill. Man, look at all the bodies in here. It's going to be stinking dead bodies everywhere in the burning hot heat. Alright, Poland-Lithuania is on the retreat now. They're heading back over their stake line as the Ottomans continue to lay chase against them. So the tables are turned. It's not looking good for Poland-Lithuania. All right. Here we go. So we're at the end game. And let's see here. Yeah, nothing really still happened on this flank. But yeah, you can see that there's not much of Poland-Lithuania left here in the whole entire of the center. Just a couple units. Well, I guess they did kind of regroup a bit. Okay. Well, it's a battle royale over here, I would say. So we'll take this time to kind of explain. So it looks like the Ottomans are definitely looking pretty strong, like they might win this. If they do win this, their record's going to go to 1-0 in the tournament. And we are playing a long season, so they're going to play off against all the people. As you can see, the grenades going in. They're going to play off against everybody in their division twice. So they're going to have to face Poland-Lithuania one more time, and we'll see if they can sweep Poland-Lithuania and get 2 wins against them, or if Poland-Lithuania can come back and even it up at 1-1, because this definitely is looking like a Ottoman victory at this point. So yeah, but who knows, you know, anything can happen in this. Poland could go after this and win all the rest of their games and be the top seed in their division. You know, anything can happen, my friends. Anything can happen, but it's never good to start off with a loss, is it? This is pretty sweet action here. Loving this. Going toe to toe. Poor old Israelis taking it face first by the line infantry of Poland-Lithuania. But okay, so anyways, back to the tournament thing. Looks like the Ottomans got the Poland flank completely here. Poor guys. But anyway, yeah, so the tournament. So all the nations are facing off against each other. And next week, we're going to be doing round 2 of the tournament. I will have a video displaying the results of the final for the first week coming up soon. We do have 2 more battles that are going to be covered, and then we will see how the rest of this thing goes down. See who is setting pretty for week 1. We'll kind of, like I said, have that discussion. But the next 2 games that we're going to be putting up is going to be Prussia and Austria. And then also we're going to be having a battle of Spain versus the Huron and the Iroquois. So hope you're looking forward to seeing those 2 battles. So far, it's been an interesting tournament. As you can see here now, it looks like the Polish-Lithuanians are going to circle the wagons over here on the right flank as they're all coming over to that side, as the rest of this battle is just getting mopped up. The whole rest of them. Cav over here is, I guess, trying to hold them back. Stay back, you Ottomans. But yeah, you can see over here it's completely won on the right flank of Poland. The right flank of the Ottomans. So it's down to the right flank of the Polish-Lithuanians. They're circling it up, and we'll see if they can hold out and maybe turn the tide. It doesn't look like it. I mean, there's quite a bit of Ottoman units here. They've stacked up some hand mortars behind the Nizam Cadet infantry. So we'll see how that helps them play out. And as I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of the hand mortars. Never have been. This particular player is bringing quite a few of them. And they're doing the typical tactic where they stack their hand mortars right behind their line infantry to kind of double up the firepower. As you can see, that's what's happening versus these guards. And it can be effective, but the problem is you only get 6 ammo with those darn hand mortars, and most players will just, as they see those grenades flying at you, they'll run, and then they end up blowing up some dirt and rocks, and then you're down to 5 ammo, and then 4, and then 3, and then none. So yeah, there's that thing. But in this case, they're getting some good kills, some good action here. Looking pretty sweet as we sweep around the circling of the Polish-Lithuanian forces. The whole circle doesn't look like it's doing well for Poland-Lithuania. I'm loving the action, though. I hope you guys are too. But anyways, looks like this is going to be GG, and the Ottomans are going to take it, and they're going to get their first win here of the season. And Poland-Lithuania is going to go to 0-1. So I hope you guys did enjoy this battle as much as I did, and I look forward to seeing you guys for the next battle, as we'll finish out here and see the results of the finish. See who got the most kills in here. Looks like we're about to have it mopped up. Not a whole lot left to be done. Just a couple of units left to rout off. I think their general already did die, so I think that's a pretty good indication that this is almost done. Oh, one other thing I wanted to go over. If you guys are interested in playing in one of these tournament battles, please don't forget you can find me on Steam. Give me send me a friend invite, and just let me know that you're interested in it, and I will try to let you know the best as I can what time the battles are going to be for the tournament, if you want to join some of those battles. I would like to get to a point where I'm not actually fighting in the battles and actually just being a spectator. So that's where we are. That's the kill counts. Hope you guys did enjoy this, and we will see you for the next battle of this tournament to help finish out week 1. We got 2 more battles. Look forward to seeing those here in just a short while. Thanks again, guys. See you on the next one.